How do you tell a doctor your mom is lying about your symptoms? I'm scared to speak up. The realization that your own mother might be lying about your health is the kind of truth that creeps up on you slowly, like shadows lengthening at dusk. For years, I pushed down the nagging voice in my head that whispered, "Something isn't right here." But at 15 years old, sitting in yet another doctor's office, I finally couldn't ignore it anymore. I'm a 15-year-old girl, 5 feet tall, weighing 82 pounds. I take Keppra for epilepsy, hydroxychloroquine for what's supposedly an undifferentiated connective tissue disorder, and Adderall for ADHD. At least that's what I've been told I need. But increasingly, I'm not sure what's real anymore. The story starts 5 years ago when I was 10 years old, on what should have been an ordinary school field trip. Instead, it became the day that changed everything, the day I had a seizure in front of my entire 5th grade class in the school cafeteria. It was real, witnessed by dozens of people, documented by paramedics, and treated at the hospital. There's no question that it happened. What followed, however, is where things get murky. My mom had always been what you might call an intense parent when it came to health issues. Every sniffle warranted a doctor's visit, every bump required careful monitoring, every complaint was treated as potentially serious. But the seizure sent her into overdrive in a way that, looking back, seems almost frenzied. Within months, our lives revolved around medical appointments, symptoms I wasn't sure I was experiencing, and diagnoses that kept multiplying. My mom became convinced that I had POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and a host of other conditions. She spoke about my health with the authority of someone who had spent countless hours researching on medical websites, armed with printouts and theories that she presented to doctors with unwavering certainty. At first, I believed her completely. Why wouldn't I? She was my mother, and mothers are supposed to protect their children and know what's best for them. When she told me I was experiencing symptoms, I trusted her interpretation of what my body was telling me. When she said things had happened that I didn't remember, she explained it away by suggesting I had been having a seizure at the time. But gradually, I began to notice inconsistencies that made me uncomfortable. She would tell doctors I'd been running fevers, then quickly explain that I didn't have one during the appointment because she'd given me Tylenol beforehand. The part about the Tylenol was true, she did give it to me. But I hadn't felt feverish, and she never actually took my temperature before deciding I needed medication. Before cardiology appointments, she would hand me cold medicine, saying something like, "Here, you're sniffly, take this." Often, I didn't feel particularly congested, but I took it because she seemed concerned. It wasn't until much later that I learned cold medicine can artificially elevate heart rate, exactly the kind of symptom that would support a POTS diagnosis.
Full story in the link below.